When we're stuck in a rut, it's often the result of negative thought patterns and lack of inspiration. We look to quotes for inspiration so we can change and grow. Some of us try affirmations, but it feels fake, we stay stuck, and the inertia seems impossible to overcome. But I've discovered a simple brain hack that you can use to reboot your mind and get back in action. If you're ready to feel inspired and get back into a state of flow, then watch on. This is a video about how to use inspirational quotes to create empowering questions to ask yourself. There are lists all over the internet about how to ask yourself empowering questions. And the questions on these lists are framed in the present tense. However, I do well by asking myself empowering questions in the past tense, and I don't consciously look for answers to the question. I let the subconscious mind do the work. Ask yourself empowering questions when you are taking walks, or exercising, or dozing off. Answers will come to you at unexpected times. And these answers often arrive in the form of an instinct. And that instinct will drive you to take action in unexpected areas because you become more aware of opportunity. Now, let's look at some epic Leonardo Da Vinci quotes and create some empowering questions from them. Number 1. I love those who can smile in trouble. In this quote, Leonardo da Vinci makes us feel like James Bond. And he reminds us how we are confident, strong, and healthy when we can smile at an obstacle. We may feel some pain, but we don't resist it, and we welcome the challenge. Here are some empowering questions you can ask yourself in the past tense to embed them in your subconscious mind. How did I become so confident at handling obstacles? How did I get so good at going with the flow? Quote number 2. Life without love is no life at all.
I believe loving your work is a right and not a privilege. I despise the fact, I lament the fact, I curse the fact that so few people get to say, I love my job, as if they've won some lottery.
When we love what we do, and our pets, and our friends, we are glowing and we are fully charged. This Leonardo da Vinci quote reminds us that happiness comes from the heart. Plant the following empowering questions into your subconscious mind so that it can guide you to action when you least expect it. Where did I get all this creative energy? How do I so easily bring great people into my life? Quote number 3. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. In this quote, Leonardo da Vinci reminds us how the most important person at the table is not the loudest one. The most important person at the table is the one that everyone looks to for answers. We flourish when we listen well. Active listening can be harder than speaking because we are fighting our need to be heard. The irony is that when we actively listen, we are much more likely to be heard. Create the habit of asking yourself the following empowering question so you can embed it into your subconscious mind. How did I get so good at instantly connecting with others? Quote number 4. One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery of oneself. This Leonardo da Vinci quote reminds us that peace and happiness arrives when we proactively respond to life's obstacles using emotional intelligence. Alternatively, when we allow life's obstacles to make us emotionally react, we suffer from frustration, heartache, and pain. Ask yourself the following empowering questions daily to embed them in your subconscious mind. How did I become so self-aware? Where did all my emotional intelligence come from, and who do I say thank you to? Quote number 5. A well-spent day brings happy sleep, so life well used brings happy death. When we spend the day moving forward in areas that matter to us, we feel good and we sleep well. Likewise, in this quote, Leonardo da Vinci reminds us how a lifetime of well-spent days ends with no regrets. Create a habit of asking yourself these empowering questions when you are out on a walk so they take root in your subconscious mind. How did I get so good at creating positive habits? How did I get so lucky at creating an amazing life? Number 6, people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and made things happen. In this quote, Leonardo da Vinci reminds us that manifestation is the result of taking daily action in the direction of our dreams. Ask yourself these empowering questions before you take a nap or while you take a 21-minute walk break. How did I get so good at making things happen? Where do I get all this energy from? Quote number 7. Iron rusts from disuse, stagnant water loses its purity and in cold weather becomes frozen. Even so does inaction sap the vigors of the mind. This Leonardo da Vinci quote teaches us how everything in life is either growing or decaying, including our minds. To grow our minds, we need to create a lifelong habit of learning. One empowering question to ask yourself often is, how did I become so curious? Or, when did I become so interested in learning and growing? Quote number 8. It's easier to resist at the beginning than at the end. In this quote, Leonardo da Vinci reminds us that the best way to overcome inertia is to get started doing one small task first thing in the morning. Once momentum kicks in, resistance melts and our engines fire on all cylinders, taking us in the direction of our dreams. Here are 2 more empowering questions to ask yourself so you can program your subconscious mind. How did I get so good at taking action? How did I get so good at seeing what's important now? Quote number 9. Make your work to be in keeping with your purpose. When our work is aligned with our purpose, we have more energy to overcome obstacles. If you don't know your purpose, look at your current situation and derive a purpose from there, and read at least a summary of the book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. An empowering question to ask yourself is, why are my instincts so good? Quote number 10. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. In this quote, Leonardo da Vinci teaches us how our lives become enriched when we strip away complexity. Stripping away complexity is difficult, as illustrated in this Pascal quote. If I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. Ask yourself the following empowering question in the past tense so you can embed it into your subconscious mind. How did I get so effective at simplifying things? Asking yourself empowering questions may feel strange at first, especially when walking and asking them out loud. But it's easy to get started, and the effects are profound. Start asking yourself one empowering question every day on a walk, or in the morning, or when you are dozing off. Repeat the question while you're walking. Practice creating your own empowering questions and target them at the most important area of your life right now. For example, if increasing your income is the most important area of your life today, then create an empowering question to ask yourself in that area. Start small with one area and ask this question on a daily walk, and then follow your instincts in the days that follow so that you can watch your life unfold in amazing ways and become a little more happy every day. Thank you for watching.